Hello and happy Thursday, Ms Ling, Minister of State for Trade and Industry, as well as Culture, Community and Youth. Ms Delise Boy, Assistant Chief Executive Officer of Enterprise Singapore, and Mr Mark Yong, President of the Singapore Furniture Industries Council. The three of them are joining us in front of the computers in this live stream right now. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the official launch of Creativ-Space, a digital initiative by the SFIC supported by Enterprise Singapore. My name is Jake and I'm one of the Vice Presidents of SFIC, and I will be your host this afternoon. I feel really weird to be hosting in front of a camera because when I tell a joke, I can't tell if my audience thinks it's funny or not. But I guess this is the new normal nowadays. Like me, I know many bosses can't wait to get back to our business traveling, but we need to adapt as the situation evolves and pivot to survive this pandemic. This is what the SFIC has done quickly, by accelerating digital transformation initiatives to support industry players and their clients as the pandemic rewrites how companies can continue to do global business. Currently, I'm at the very lovely premises of Grandwork Interior at Sungai Kadut. This is one of our renowned interior fit-out specialists that furnishes retail stores at many top fashion labels like Prada, Giorgio Armani, Dolce & Gabbana, and many more. The founder and big boss of Grandwork, Mr. Jay Chew, is a very talented professional in the music scene, and his J Studio has been actively supporting the entertainment industry right here at this studio to live stream over these few months. And speaking of that, we often say that music can help us find our rhythm and set our pace. So ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly what we're going to do right now. Get comfy, perk your ears up for a performance that you don't want to miss by our very own Ms Celine Ng, founder of Fraction Design Studio, SFIC Exco member, and the design curator of Creativ-Space, together with her guitarist, Mr Charles Lui. And if you're ready, let's turn on the music, up our heart rates, and enjoy Celine's medley of two songs from the movie The Greatest Showman.
Close my eyes and I can see the world that's waiting up for me, that I call my home. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams, it's all it's gonna take. Dreams for the world we're gonna make. There's a house we can build. Every room inside is filled with things from far away. The special things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. Take my hand, will you share this with me? 'Cause darling, without you, all the shine of 1,000 spotlights, all the stars we steal from the night sky will never be enough, never be are still too little. These hands could hold the world, but it will never be enough. Never be enough for me. Never, 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 never for me, for me. All the shine of 1,000 spotlights, all the stars we steal from the night sky will never be enough. Never be enough. Thousands of gold are still too little. These hands could hold the world, but it will never be enough. Never be enough for me. However big, however small, let me be part of it all. Share your dreams with me. You may be right, you may be wrong, but say that you bring me along to the world you see, to the world I close my eyes to see. I close my eyes to see. Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams, it's all it's gonna take. Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams, it's all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world it's gonna make. For the world we're gonna make.
Truly, a lady of many talents. Thank you, Celine, and your accompanying guitarist, Mr. Charles, for their medley of A Million Dreams and Never Enough. Just like the title of the song, we too have a million dreams in store for Creativ-Space and all that they can bring to this table in this world that we are living in today. It is now my pleasure to introduce Nix, one of the many furniture bosses who used to be traveling around the world all the time, but is now grounded in Singapore with me. As an absolute supporter of the power of digitalization and driver of SFIC's business innovation pillar, he and his committee and the SFIC Secretariat have quickly moved in to reshape the SFIC's international digital marketing strategy. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Phua Boon Huat, Chairman of Creativ-Space and SFIC's Vice President. Boon Huat, please.
Good afternoon. Minister of State for Trade and Industry, Ms Celine Ng. Ms Delis Boy, Assistant Chief Executive of Enterprise Singapore. Mr. Mark Yong, SFIC President. Fellow SFIC members, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to all. Today, we mark an important milestone in SFIC journey as we continue to brace ourselves for the future. It marks new ground because it's one of the most significant digital initiatives that the SFIC in collaboration with its industry members have undertaken. Creativ-Space is the Singapore furniture industry first of its kind dedicated e-sourcing and marketing platform, possibly the first of its kind in our trade. Before I speak more on Creativ-Space, let me paint a picture of where we are today as an industry. The industry market value is over 6 billion Singapore dollars, and homegrown furniture companies have successfully ventured to over 80 countries around the world. This is a remarkable contribution, comprising an ecosystem of furniture manufacturers, contract manufacturers, retailers, designers, and supporting industry. Over the years, our companies have made a mark for themselves and attained the hallmarks of delivering good quality products that are reliable. The trade has increasingly become more sophisticated and complex to date. Customers have become more refined in their tastes, while manufacturers have had to work with an ever-widening supply chain system, which is now global. Digitalization and e-commerce are now buzzwords and cannot be avoided. At SFIC and among industry members, we have had to constantly think of transformation and re-engineering. To compound the ongoing challenges in the business landscape, the COVID-19 pandemic has restricted global buyers and sellers from meeting in ways like the past, as well as participating in international trade fairs and exhibitions. Hence, SFIC and members look at how to further exploit technology to grow our business. Within this context, we conceptualized Creativ-Space, the furniture industry's first of its kind digital initiative. The unveiling of Creativ-Space was the result of a thorough review of our strengths as a homegrown furniture industry and attempts to map out the road to future opportunities. With the current COVID-19 situation persisting into the medium-term future, we believe this digital e-sourcing and marketing tool will enable our industry to overcome traditional marketing channels like furniture, exhibition fairs, and marketing trips to get closer to businesses and trade customers. Let me get on to Creativ-Space. The DNA of Creativ-Space is such that it is SFIC B2B e-marketing and sourcing portal that covers the gamut of creativity and inspirational designs to facilitate business linkages and even listings for business opportunity. It is meant for architects, furniture product specifiers, interior designers, retail trade buyers, and regional and global brands looking for business leads. This is the position of Creativ-Space. Now the question begs on how we do it. Before I get into the details, the platform was curated with an appealing design, which showcases purveyors of good taste. If you remember, it is to take the Singapore furniture finest to the world. There are 6 distinguishing features of Creativ-Space. They are, number 1, a 3-dimensional brand showcase. Through this platform, our companies will bring their products virtually to life and display them in their full 3-dimensional glory. The platform is aimed at being augmented and sensory. Number 2, a team virtual exhibition segment. This feature, truly unique, was designed for our Singapore companies to curate and design various furniture and furnishing categories, high-quality products and trends through thematic showcases, aligning with buying seasons for better mindshare. Thirdly, creating expert editorial contents to position the uniqueness of the Singapore industry. This is all about creating an emotional connection with products through an editorial lens, including regular specific product news and interviews with designers and buyers are edited to resonate with the target audience. Project listings. This is where registered users can post the latest project requesting for furnishing and furniture products, and only Creativ-Space brands can respond. In a way, this is an exclusive opportunity. A request for quotations element. This add to cart RFQs feature that brings immediate leads to our Singapore furniture brands. And finally, the data analytics dashboard is an up-to-date indicator for our members to check on their brand performance with a dashboard keeping track of web traffic of their website. Beyond the product design and intended linkages with global buyers and sellers, there's also the strong marketing element contained in leveraging news platform. Within Creativ-Space, there will be regular e-newsletter, sponsored posts on target social media platform, pop-up trade fairs, and marketing events that enable our members to network with potential clients to form an emotional bond through our virtual platform. Collectively, this is what Creativ-Space is about and why it is a first of its kind. The digital transformation of the Singapore furniture industry remains critical to our success. These are fresh, emerging opportunities, and we extend a warm welcome to be part of this exciting journey. In conclusion, our sincere gratitude to MOS Low Ling, Enterprise Singapore, our supporting partners, Grandwood Interiors, J Studio, Silver Sea Media, and Wiz Marketplace, and all who have helped in one way or another for making this event a success. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Boon Huat. And now it is my honor to introduce our guest of honor, Ms. Low Ling, Minister of State for Trade and Industry, as well as Culture, Community and Youth. A strong advocate for digitization in this rapidly changing landscape and champion of cultivating business innovation as an important driver of growth, Ms. Low is definitely no stranger to us in the business community. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to our guest of honor, Minister for Trade and Industry, Ms. Low Ling.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jake. First and foremost, I want to thank Jake. I think, if you tell me you are helming your own night talk show, I will believe it, So if anything, this COVID-19 pandemic shows that a lot of the friends in SFIC have a lot of hidden talent. And I also want to say a big thank you to Celine and Charles for the beautiful rendition of A Million Dreams. My MTI colleagues and myself in this room, we're really enjoying the song. And Jake, I thought I heard you saying that there are going to be 2 performances. Then I realized, oh, you mean there's an opening performance and a closing. I was hoping to hear 2 songs. Then when Boon Huat came up, I thought, is Boon Huat going to sing as well? But never mind, that's for another day. I also want to use this opportunity to thank Mr. J. Chui. I've gone to Grandworks Interior 3 years ago. It's also for a SkillsFuture Earn and Learn that's organized and supported by SFIC. I think that's what Jake is referring to as well. So I went to Grandworks, and it's really an awesome place, and a place where I think Jay has been very kindly sharing with the friends of SFIC for bonding, for networking, for exchanging ideas and doing networking. And I remember meeting a few of the designers that he hired. And I also saw how Jay took music very seriously, because I think I did a visit of his studio. I'm very happy that now SFIC is using the studio to curate such experience, and also to bring about today's launch of Creativ-Space. A very good afternoon, Mr. Mark Yong, President of Singapore Furniture Industry Council, in short SFIC. Thank you to Mr. Phua Boon Huat for your very passionate sharing. He's the chairman of Creativ-Space. Distinguished guests, friends of the medias, ladies and gentlemen, very good afternoon, and very, very happy to connect again with friends from SFIC. All right, good to see you, although it's over a new platform. This is vMix, I was told. I thought it would be over Zoom so I can see all your faces, but never mind, that's for another occasion. Thank you for inviting me to the launch of your B2B sourcing and marketing platform, Creativ-Space. Boon Huat has done an excellent job talking about how Creativ-Space is a platform to bring Singapore's furniture's finest to the world. Now, so when I received the invitation from SFIC, I said, no matter how busy I am, I must make time to come, because I want to come and on behalf of MTI and also ESG commend the Singapore Furniture Industry Council, SFIC, for driving this first of its kind initiative in Asia. With the inclusion of features such as augmented reality technology and virtual showrooms like what Boon Huat has shared with us, Creativ-Space will transform the way furniture and fittings are procured and marketed by local furniture companies. It will also provide a platform for industry players to reach out to an international clientele and expand their business footprint beyond Singapore. As participation in international furniture trade shows is limited during this period, Jake talked about it, said that Mr. J. Chu, who loves to travel, now no choice, is grounded. A lot of us are. But this did not get SFIC down. In fact, SFIC innovated and is also launching the Digital Urban Living Showcase, a series of digital pop-up urban living showcases on Creativ-Space. It allows participating local furniture firms to market their products effectively to international furniture retailers and distributors. I understand that SFIC is targeting to bring 100 brands on board over the next 3 years. Creativ-Space is a testament to the possibility of adopting digital technologies in any industry, even in supposedly traditional industries such as furniture, as long as companies are willing to learn, adapt, and transform. The COVID-19 pandemic will result in structural changes to the global economy. Companies will need to adapt and transform in order to stay relevant. Now, I share with you an interesting number. In 2019, before COVID-19 pandemic struck, the WEF World Economic Forum estimated that over 60% of the global GDP will be digitized by year 2022. That's not very far away. It's only 2 years away. 60% of the global GDP will be digitized in 2 years' time. And an estimated 70% of the new value created in the economy over the next decade will be on digitally enabled platforms. So, the increased usage of digital solutions such as e-commerce during the pandemic has accelerated the change in consumer preferences. I think over the last 8 months, if you ask each and every one of us, regardless of age and background, and regardless of whether are we tech savvy or not, I think each and every one of us are really buying more things online, are really exploring more things in e-commerce. And these changes will continue in a post-COVID landscape. The digitalization trend has also permeated the retail scene, including the furniture industry. Furniture industry players now need to not only engage customers through the traditional trade fairs, but also, like what Boon Huat and what Jake mentioned, also 24/7 and 365 days a year through digital channel. I know for many of us, it means, what? I have to do traditional channel, at the same time I have to do digital. Does it mean that I have to do a lot more? And does it sound tiring? I know it may sound like that, but I think like what Boon Huat and Jake has shared with us, actually, when we establish our presence in the digital front, it will allow us to grow our customer base beyond the physical footfall, beyond customers who step into the shop. Now, when we establish our presence in the digital front, it really means that we can make online sales wherever our customer may be. Whichever part in Singapore, maybe they don't need to set foot at our shop, and maybe from other part of the world. And when we establish our presence in the digital front, it also helps to multiply our efforts and amplify our brand globally. So leveraging digital platforms has helped many companies, furniture companies, to continue to engage their customers both locally and globally despite the COVID-19 restrictions. In Mandarin, I think this idiom will sound right, 事半功倍, which means you just have to do half the effort, expend half the effort, but you will achieve double the effect. 事半功倍的成效. I give you an example. Citra Global. This is a leading manufacturer and distributor of quality wood-based products and outdoor furniture headquartered in Singapore. They have redesigned their e-commerce site to improve its customer outreach in France. As a result, the B2C sales of Citra subsidiary in France, which used to account for only 10% of its annual sales pre-COVID, has grown to 40% today. From 10% pre-COVID to 40% today, within a few months of COVID, all through just resigning the e-commerce site. Now, due to this positive experience, Citra Global plans to market its products for the Singapore market on e-commerce platforms such as Shopee and Lazada to expand its B2C business. With an international offering easily available on e-commerce platform, it is important for businesses to enhance the online customer experience to present a strong and lasting brand image. Boon Huat talked about it earlier. And for example, by improving the customer's search and buying process, I think for each and every one of us, we know the first few seconds, the experience is very important, right? Can you easily search for an item, etc.? So by improving the customer's search and buying process with the use of digital technologies through augmented and virtual reality. Now, you and I know when it comes to buying furniture, it is very important to visualize whether if you're exploring to buy a sofa, you have to visualize whether this sofa, where does it sit nicely in the living room? Is it too small? Is it too big? Etc. So visualizing is important. And Commune Lifestyle is an example of a company that has successfully used augmented reality to market its products. In 2019, Commune Lifestyle launched an augmented reality mobile application that helps customers visualize how Commune's product would look like in their homes before deciding on the purchase. The mobile application also features virtual showrooms, which recreate an immersive shopping experience in Commune's brick and mortar stores. So I encourage furniture firms to press on with your transformation and digitalization efforts. It is crucial, it is critical for businesses to harness these opportunities amidst the crisis and position yourself well so that you can ride this wave of change and stay ahead of the competition, like what Commune has done and like what Citra Global has done. The government understands that transformation is not easy, especially as many businesses are still coping with the economic effects of COVID-19. The government has been supporting and will continue to support businesses in this journey through various schemes such as the Productivity Solutions Grant, SME's Go Digital Program, and e-commerce booster package. I'm happy to share with you and also the friends of the media that the e-commerce booster package has supported over 1,900 projects for retailers to diversify their revenue channels through e-commerce and digital marketing. There is no better time to digitalize than now. More than 20,000 SMEs have also adopted digital solutions to improve their business processes under the SME Go Digital program. During these trying times, it is also critical for the furniture industry to band together and pool resources to support one another. No pun intended by saying banding together. I know Mr. J. Chu likes music. Now, let me give you some background to SFIC. I've known them for many years. Since its inception in 1981, SFIC has been a strong and steadfast partner in driving transformation in the furniture industry. Creativ-Space is but one of its many efforts to support local furniture firms. Let me share with you the many other efforts that they have mounted. In 2017, SFIC embarked on a 6-month industry 2021 roadmap exercise to chart the vision for Singapore's furniture industry and highlight opportunities and strategies for growth. The SFIC has also been supporting local furniture players' expansion into regional markets by organizing trade missions and providing business matching services under its Growth Asia program. Most recently, the SFIC also collaborated with the associations of Singapore Attractions, Singapore Retailers Associations, as well as Textile and Fashion Federation to organize the EGSS 2020. Now you ask, what has furniture got to do with attractions, retailers, textile, etc.? Now this collaboration achieved the twin aims of encouraging retailers to leverage e-commerce platforms to generate revenue, like what I mentioned. Actually, when you go on digital commerce, you can really go beyond the physical footfall and really attract new customer base and also improve operational and manpower efficiency as well. And the second aim is to drive domestic consumption for the different tourism and lifestyle related industries through attractive promotions and unique offerings. So it's really coming together, maximizing synergy. Now, I'm greatly heartened by SFIC's efforts in helping the industry emerge stronger and more resilient from this COVID-19 pandemic. Now, before I conclude, I know many of the friends in SFIC, they would love for me to say a few words in Mandarin. 尊敬的新加坡家具工业理事会翁礼豪会长，尊敬的各位理事们、执行委员，还有各位家居业同仁，大家下午好。很高兴今天和大家在这里呢，一同见证新加坡家居工业 B2B 电子商务平台 Creativ-Space 的发布会。那在这里呢，我要特别的表扬新加坡家居工业理事会在翁会长和各位理事们的领导下， 虽然现在面对冠病疫情带来的挑战，理事会积极的扮演企业、工会以及商会的重要角色，带领我们家居工业同仁们向数码化转型，为我们业界开拓了 Creativ-Space 这个电子商务平台。刚才文化也谈了谈这个平台的亮点。那这个平台呢，能够让全球的采购商认识到我们新加坡设计师和制造商的家居产品。刚才他都说了，我们的产品呢，素质又高。当然，其实我知道哈，然而要在五花八门的选择当中脱颖而出，产品的设计理念和品牌定位非常重要。所以这个呢，我们新加坡的品牌呢，真的是很有这个成效。那产品的设计理念和品牌定位非常重要，我刚才讲到。那在家居设计的世界舞台上，由著名设计师设计的品牌产品，往往都能够获得很高的评价和定价，为原材料带来加倍的增值。那我用一个简单的例子，因为我不是在行人哈，我讲一讲，大家不要笑。简单的一个例子是说，一张木桌，可能它的原材料呢不需要很多钱，可能打个比方，原材料只是要几十块，但是经过了设计和加工，再去参加比赛，或者是进行了市场行销后，能够卖到几百块，甚至于几千块。我用这个简单的例子呢，就是要凸显我们新加坡的品牌，凸显了我们新加坡设计和品牌的这个重要性。新加坡的家居产品不但设计别致新颖，我觉得很重要是刚才文化有说到，手工也非常精致，大家觉得能够依赖。因此希望大家积极的建立我们新加坡的品牌，利用电子商务平台打开销售的渠道，一定要把握数码化的机遇，推广市场，放眼全世界。我刚才在英语的演讲当中也分享了政府推出的许许多多的补贴和配套，希望各位老板们多多善用这些补贴计划和配套，加上我们家居工业理事会 SFIC 的鼎力支持，以及 Creativ-Space B2B 电子商务平台的加持，我本人很有信心，本地的家居工业一定会欣欣向荣，大放光彩。Now in conclusion, I'm very confident that you will all continue to work closely together and support one another with the leadership of SSIC to emerge stronger from this COVID-19 pandemic. Again, please allow me to extend my heartiest congratulations again to SFIC, to Boon Huat for bringing Creativ-Space to fruition. Thank you very much.
Thank you, MOS Low. You look very natural talking to the camera. It almost feels like you're right here talking to me right now. All right, may I request that you remain on screen, and as I invite Mr. Mak Yong, President of SFIC, and Mr. Phua Boon Huat, Chairman of Creativ-Space and Vice President of SFIC, back on stage for the launch ceremony with you. All right, and Mark and Boon Huat, as well as Ms. Low, has already stand by a device. Can we see the device? Let's put out the device. Hold it up in your hands, and then on the count of 3, we will put your fingerprint on the device, and then Creativ-Space will activate, okay? On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Ms. Low, as well as Mark and Boon Huat, for the great positivity and good energy to launch Creativ-Space. True to our theme for this event, it is fantastic to see how various industry players, businesses, and government agencies have come together to give this digital initiative a vital boost. And I'm happy to add that this is definitely an industry first to be driven by a furniture trade association in this region. To go digital, who is the pusher? Is it the CEO, the CTO? But I tell you, the biggest pusher for going digital is COVID-19. COVID-19 has impacted the way we live and work, and with it, it has surfaced the need for an industry like ours to step up and embrace going digital as part of our operational agenda. How have we, as an industry, been living going digital and to unlock the potential in our businesses? And with me here are two industry leaders. Next to me is Joshua, CEO of Commune, as well as Mr. Saurabh Mangla from Ipse, Ipsa, Ipsum, who is currently joining us from India and is on stay-home notice over there. And thanks to technology, he's able to join us today. How are you, Sam? Are you all right?
Very good. Good morning, Jake. Good morning, Joshua. I hope you're both keeping well.
All right, Sam. And Joshua and me, we are more than a meter apart. You can see, safe distancing, because in Singapore, it's a $300 fine. Yeah? All right, so let's begin. The first thing I want to ask you is, what really was a turning point to make you go digital? Joshua, how about you?
Thanks, Jake. So I think our digitalization journey at Commune started about 5 years ago. As we were looking at our sales data and all, we realized that more and more of our consumers were the millennial generation. And as we all know, millennials are very digital and tech savvy, and they embrace technology. And so we needed to ensure that we had the right system and tools to be able to meet their needs. And what we did about 5 years ago was to introduce visualization technologies such as the 3D floor planner as well as virtual reality. And more recently, last year, we launched our Commune in Motion platform, which was an omni-channel platform with augmented reality features as well. I'll share more about that with you guys later.
Thanks, Josh. How about you, Sam? All the way in India, what was a turning point that made you want to go digital for your company?
Right. So I actually went on a trip with SFIC to New York for the National Retail Foundation show. And it was actually quite a sort of an eye-opener, because I realized that there was a lot of technology play in non-furniture companies, which we were going to, especially in the fashion industry. And then, we had a chance to go and see the traditional American furniture retailers. And I realized that there was a gap, which could be addressed by learning from mobile phone companies, fashion companies, and actually applying it to the traditional furniture industry. So I would say that, for us, it's been a steep learning curve. From digital dinosaurs, we've sort of now moved to so-called digital disruptors in the last 18 months.
Wow, that's a good one. Digital dinosaurs. What kills digital dinosaurs? COVID-19. All right, so Joshua was saying you use multiple channels, omni-channels. You want to tell us a bit more what omni-channels are?
Okay, sure. So in all retail industries, there's usually the offline channel and the online channel, and these are usually handled very separately. But omni-channel is different because it's integrating both together for a seamless experience, and that's what we believe future consumer demands for retail brands are. They want to they want to communicate with brands in a seamless experience, whether they are online or offline. And that's what we have done so at Commune. We have integrated not only our online store with our e-commerce channel, but also introduced things such as augmented reality applications and mobile POS in our shops to allow for our salespeople to communicate with our customers wherever they are, and how the customers choose to communicate with us also. So they may write in via an email, they may come down to the store, they may send a WhatsApp message, and anytime a customer interacts with our brand, we are able to pull out information about this customer and serve them equally, whether it's online or offline.
Cool. What about you, Sam? Do you use omni-channels as well?
That's right, yes. So we've designed sort of a complete omni-channel experience. And our thought process was actually divided into 5 phases, where we said we must identify the discovery phase, how a customer finds us online or offline. So for example, if they are going through social media, they find us there, or they walk into our store, they find us there. So the next thing is, they want to touch and feel the product. How do they do that? If you're in the store, of course, you've seen the product, but you don't know how it's going to fit into my home. So the AR allows them to actually put the piece to scale in their space and see how it looks. We've also got a very interesting product customizer where you can change real time different finishes and actually place different options within your space. If you find us, online, then you come into the store and you can actually get stuff customized yourself. Once you're confident, you can either pay by a variety of, we've taken Fave Pay, there's Pay Now, we've also linked up with a sort of a credit card payment system. So you can actually pay in multiple ways after if you've confirmed the order at home, or if you want to come in and actually just pay on the till, you can also do that. So our entire journey was not just, we also realized that we wanted the consumers to be the advocates of our new system. So very interestingly, once they confirm the order, they actually need the craftsman who's going to make the order. And the craftsman actually tells them about themselves, about their aspirations, about their family. And then they take them on a journey to the quarries, to the tanneries, show them the pieces they're selecting for them. And then they're part of the entire process. So this kind of makes it a bit more meaningful, as opposed to just buying a piece of furniture. They're buying into an experience. And after that, we've also created a very interesting system where each piece comes with a QR code, which talks about the customized piece, which is made for you. And then someone comes to your home and says, hey, very nice table. They can actually share with them, about the journey of their table and, and the selection process.
Yes, Sam, this whole digital journey must be very, very abrupt for you. I'm sure there are challenges. Would you share some of the challenges that you faced when going on this journey?
Well, so we come from we call ourselves the slow food of the furniture industry. Yeah? So like everyone's going for black box factories. We've gone ahead and created a complete handmade sort of arts and craft center in India. So the idea is that, we are celebrating the people behind the product. We're giving them an equal footing, an equal platform. We are putting them in front of the brand. So I think the first thing was, how to get the two worlds together. There are two completely polar worlds, and I think that's been a challenge. Number two, I would also say, it's not just a one-time cost. Once you start on this journey, I think then you have to repeatedly invest in this. Our assumption was that, once we've invested this money, we can actually go global with our digital program. Now, we found a couple of potential partners in different parts of the world, but we are realizing we got to digitize specifically for each geography as we go along. So, yeah, I think the challenges are yet to come. I think we've only faced a small portion of the challenges at the moment.
Thanks, Sam. So, closer to home, Josh, what are the challenges you feel?
I think I'd like to echo what Sam had mentioned in regards to the continual investment. And this point is very important because I think everybody needs to be aware before they start this journey. It's on the whole design architecture of the digital system that you're going to run. So if we jump in head first without doing the proper ground research and systems architecture, we'll find that we constantly have problems rolling out new initiatives. As we all know, tech is something that changes so fast, and new technologies come every year. So getting the whole ecosystem and systems architecture set up for a flexible upgrading and enrichment is really a challenge that we face for the start. And it's something that I think all companies should be actually conscientious about. Another second point I'd like to add is staff adoption. As with all new technologies, people have to adapt to change. And I think that is something that if you get them involved in the project early on, that can actually help to make things easier for staff adoption.
So the both of you think that these challenges you have faced in the beginning of your digital transformation journey might be something that other brands might face today if they wish to move online platforms right now, considering the current climate? Josh?
Yeah, I think all the challenges that we sounded up are common across the industry, mainly because all of us have legacy systems in place and things need integration. And with integration comes the headache, the big problems that we end up spending most of our time solving integration issues. And I think, yeah, like I mentioned previously, it's important to really do your ground research and get the architecture in place before embarking on a project.
What do you think, Sam?
From my experience, I think that every company is unique, and each company has its own signature experience, which they must identify. So as long as they can identify their signature experience, then technology is only an enabler. I think you should sort of punch at your core strength as opposed to just blindly adopting whatever technology there exists, because it may not be applicable for you.
Yeah. All right. So how about instead of hearing from Sam on how these digital changes affected his company, how about we let Sam show you himself with a video? How about that, Sam?
Thank you. Go ahead, fire away.
We are trying to disrupt the global handmade furniture industry. I was on this trip to NRF in January 2019. So we went there and looked at what is happening in the world in terms of technology and retail. This was kind of a game changer because I realized that the rest of the industries have been front runners in actually adopting this and changing the ball game. At the same time, we also went and saw other furniture stores in the US. And I realized that even in the US, the furniture stores really hadn't moved and dialed up the tech. So I thought it was a very unique positioning for us where, we as designers, makers of furniture and accessories could actually piggyback on the learnings, what are happening in the other industries. I approached Enterprise Singapore to create the first omni-channel experience in the handmade furniture industry, where we want to create an end-to-end solution where we are trying to disrupt the global handmade furniture industry. We took help to put together our enterprise resource planning software, put together the front end of our customer-facing experience. You can seamlessly jump from our offline store to an online store and from our online store to an offline store.
Wow, that was some cool technology, Sam. But I must say that you look like you lost weight from the video, compared to the video. Congratulations. Was it working out?
Thank you.
All right, moving on.
The pandemic.
So, what are some of your plans for the brand moving forward, Josh, for Commune?
So for Commune, the first phase was the Commune Emotion platform, and that also allowed us to gather data about our customers. And I believe that this data is important for the organization to make decisions going forward, and also provide better experiences for our customers. So what we are planning to do is to make use of the data we have captured to develop sophisticated AI solutions that allow us to serve our customers better, such as smart recommendations, allowing us to even do better demand forecasting, supply forecasting, as well as also to even introduce stuff like such as chatbots that allow us to reduce our need for manpower in this labor scarce society.
Finally, for the last question, what do both of you think that Creativ-Space can benefit your company and other furniture establishments? What about you, Josh?
So I think Creativ-Space is a really good initiative. As with shoppers at home, when they want to go to buy their furniture, it's good to have a mall, a physical mall where all shops are in place. And Creativ-Space does that virtually for the buyers of not only local specifiers or retail customers, but also the export market. Bringing together brands together allows the purchaser or the customer to have a wide variety of a choice for comparison, as well as it attracts them into the platform. Another thing that I am very happy about is the technology element that Creativ-Space brings, the whole virtual experience, and this is especially true now where we can't travel to meet our customers, and our customers can't travel to visit trade fairs, and having the tech element really helps to bridge the gap in this difficult period.
Thanks, Josh. So what about you, Sam? What do you think are the benefits of Creativ-Space for your furniture company?
Well, I'd agree with Josh what he's talking about. Of course, there's a gap with no trade shows happening. So, that needed to be filled, and I'm very happy that SFIC has taken this initiative to try and create a sort of a virtual show with what best Singapore has to offer in terms of the furniture industry. I think as we go along this, the people are also realizing the waste which trade shows create, and there's a big drive to sustainability. So by probably experimenting with models like this, we could actually see some sort of permanent shift in terms of B2B buying. And, it's in line with what the world is talking about, the sustainable trends at the moment. So, yeah, my very best for Creativ-Space.
All right, thank you, Sam. And that's all the time we have for today for the panel discussion. Thanks to Joshua and Sam for joining us today for this panel discussion. But before we truly go, let's give it up once more to Celine and his guitarist Charles for our closing segments performance, I Won't Go Home Without You.
I asked him to stay, but he wouldn't listen. And he left before I had the chance to say the words that would mend the things that were broken. But now it's far too late, he's gone away. Every night you cry yourself to sleep, thinking, why does this happen to me? Why does every moment have to be so hard? Hard to believe that it's not over tonight. Just give me one more chance to make it right. I may not make it through the night. I won't go home without you. Taste of his breath I'll never get over. The noise that you make kept me awake. The weight of the things that remain unspoken built up so much it crushed us every day. Every night you cry yourself to sleep, thinking, why does this happen to me? Why does every moment have to be so hard? Hard to believe that it's not over tonight. Just give me one more chance to make it right. I may not make it through the night. I won't go home without you. It's not over tonight. Just give me one more chance to make it right. I may not make it through the night, and I won't go home without you. Of all the things I felt but never really shown, perhaps the worst is that I ever let you go. I should have never let you go. Oh, oh, oh. It's not over tonight. Just give me one more chance to make it right. I may not make it through the night, and I won't go home without you. Oh, it's not over tonight. Just give me one more chance to make it right. I may not make it through the night, and I won't go home without you. And I won't go home without you. And I won't go home without you. And I won't go home without you.
Thank you once again, Celine, for your angelic voice, as well as your guitarist, Charles. We have now come to the end of today's program. It leaves me now to thank our guest of honor, Ms. Celine Ng, Minister of State for Trade and Industry, and all of you, once again, for your kind presence, tuning in from your computers at home. Our appreciation also goes to Enterprise Singapore for your strong support, our supporting partners, Wiz Marketplace, Silver Sea Media Group, and our venue host, Grand Work and J Studio, as well as everyone else who has supported us in one way or another to make this event possible. Thank you for tuning in. Take care, stay safe, and have a great day ahead.